Greetings and welcome back to the brand new year of the Weekly News Roundup. So we are changing around a few of the designs here. I'm still working on getting some of the outlines done. Let's go ahead and start with checking the audio. How's the audio sounding? I actually am using a new audio capture device. I think it's actually peaking a little bit. Also, since the microphone is down here instead of up above me, I should be able to talk a little bit less. Actually, I am seeing it peak, so I'm going to drop the volume down just a touch. So let me go ahead and do that. So if you've turned your volume down, just be aware. I'm going to turn it back up again if I can remember where that is. All right, there we go. Drop that down a little bit. Let's just drop it down to 0. See how that works. All right, check. All right, I think that's better. All right, so we'll run with that volume there. All right, how you guys like the new banner layouts? We have some nice new options. I spent a lot of time redeveloping a few of the feeds and the backgrounds and stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoy the new show layout. When we get to actually doing stuff in the studio, we have a whole new studio setup, and hopefully it will cause the production to get better as we move on into the new year. So let's go ahead and start in. Steve Mix, how's it going there? 2 more hours? Guess I'll have to go do something else for a while. All right, well, I hope you made it back, man. XFCE 4.6 IDK CSD. I'm on the fence about flat icons. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the flat icons personally. Miora, greetings, and thank you for that super chat, paying for the ad blocker use for January. Always appreciate that. At least they don't have to beam up Scotty. Well, come on. We might have to beam up Scotty. He was beamed up. Interesting story how he got there, but we'll get into that. Hello from the great state of California. Great state? Wow. Linux Math Guy, how's it going there? Jeffrey, how's it going? Sad news for 2021 has already struck. Scotty has retired. Job is now being replaced by CJ. That's right. Yeah, he did not, the cat did not want to jump on the chair tonight. And since I'm still getting stuff laid out. In fact, I don't even have the Discord up. Somebody's monitoring Discord for me. It took me just until I got here to get all of the screen layout set up completely. So, if anybody monitors Discord, let me know. I won't be monitoring Discord tonight. I'll be on it tomorrow a little bit, I think. We're like a fan that wants a few million boots added to their lives. There you go. All right. Volts not newts. What? Let's see. Peabody greetings and stuff. 361 RK4 videos. Recording shall commence soon. All right. OBS now handles full VR 3D conferencing. Interesting. Let's see. Big cat or small bed. One of the two. Greetings, Vince. How's it going there? I hope that Down Under's pretty good. Let's see. Maverick, how's it going there? Happy New Year to you as well. Just on the treadmill, watching on the big screen. All right. Very cool. Very cool. Burn them calories. Burn them calories. See if you can go treadmilling for the whole hour and a half we're on tonight, right? Looks like the kitty's making a deposit. Yeah, all right. Quint Berkeley, how's it going there? Audio is good. Very good. It's a bit loud. I think that was probably typed in before I dropped the volume down. I'm not seeing myself peaking anymore. I'm right about the range where I want to be at, and I actually don't have to increase the audio. But this new sound mixer I have, it's a love-hate relationship. It actually does allow me to adjust the high-low settings so I can do a little bit more bass and give it a little bit fuller of a sound. But the main volume audio put does not output that audio source to the main USB interface. Go figure that one out. But anyway, we're still working. Black background audio is fine. It's not black. It's just a lot darker. I took the whole thing, so I wanted to do a lot of different changes. We're backing down off the beveling a little bit, making things a little bit more flat, showing what is Weekly News Roundup with its own Weekly News Roundup logo. And I just kind of took my my board and I darkened it quite dramatically and added some nice effects around the edges. So that's kind of what I wanted to do for this one here. 2020 Linux Distro of the Year has already been awarded to Arch Linux, despite being installed late September. Linux Man 19.3 finished very close to second. All right. Let's see. Like the new setup looks more material design. It's closer. It's not quite material design, but it's getting closer. We have less bevels. I'm not beveling the text on the titles anymore, things like that. So let's see. 2021. Let's see. Hello, pizza. How's it going there? Minifang, how's it going there? Got a green screen, but it's too dark to use. You should be able to adjust that a little bit. You should be able to figure something out with it. Let's see. Arch updated to Linux 5.10, no issues. MX, yeah, I don't know if I'll do that. MX having severe regressions after installing updates. Uh-oh. That's not good. Like to see PCB wall. Very cool. Thank you. May have to replace MX Linux. Should I overwrite MX 20 with Q4 OS? I don't know. I use MX Linux for my writing computer. So you are watching this in MPV. Very good. Very cool. All right, are we ready to go ahead and get jumping into the news here? Oh, hello, kitty. The kitty's still coming on over here now. Yeah. What? No, I'm not going to pick you up right now. You can say hi to the people later if you go stand on your chair. All right. Get a little bit of tea, and then we'll get started here. All right, we have 4 sections. We're doing privacy, like the final video edits. We're going to do privacy Sillyville with business smart. But in the order we're going to do them today, we're going to do privacy, then business, then I think privacy, then business, then smart, then silly. And I'll just adjust things around a little bit here. So let's go ahead and get ready for that. We'll get that all queued up, and then I will go ahead and, what is our first affiliate here? I forgot what affiliate I'm using first. Okay, I remember. Got it. All right, there you guys. You guys get to see the brand new screens here for the live sections, and I need to get my affiliate set up there as well. There we have it. All right. Somebody's peeking over my shoulder there. Whoa, he's creepy. All right, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Welcome back to the brand new year of the Weekly News Roundup. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you'd like to come on over here. We are also now cross-posting the videos over to Rumble, so keep an eye out on the Rumble Switch to Linux channel. And we don't have too many videos over there yet, but I'm slowly adding some. I'm not going to add the whole back catalog, but I'll add my most popular videos over there. Of course, we are also on BitChute and YouTube as well. So those are the places you can watch the content. And I'm not sure if I will have those on the end screen on these videos, but those are still coming here pretty soon. So just head on over to Rumble, search me up on Switch to Linux, and use the one with my logo. The other one is actually the master account. They do things a little bit weird over there, but that's okay. Well, today we're going to be doing privacy news, and then we will end up the clip on Sillyville. So let's go ahead and dive on in. NZB Geek. This is a I didn't get all the details about what exactly the site is for because I don't know. But it's basically related to some of the torrent sites cataloging data. Well, it turns out that they had a very major hack. Pretty much the hackers got in and stole absolutely everything, and then they added a keylogger to steal everything else. So if you were using NZB Geek, it was hacked. They said as of November, I think it was like November 20th or something. If you were using it around November 20th, change all your passwords, watch out for your credit card. They did steal credit card information on anybody who did donations. They stole logins, they stole email addresses, they stole IP addresses, pretty much the whole 9 yards. So be very careful if you are using this service that it was deeply compromised. How exciting. And the FAA finally gives us some rules about drones. There is good news, there is bad news. The good news for you privacy folks, and I am among one of those, the good news is that they are not requiring a logged database. That was in the original proposal plan. The bad news is pretty much every drone that's not a child's drone is going to have a remote ID transmitter. Now, instead of these being remote ID transmitters that reports the location to a logged database, which is a huge privacy risk, what they did is they're actually just utilizing a remote transit ID that can communicate with anything else in the area. And so this will allow the drone to communicate with any other device that is in the area, which is a little bit more privacy respecting. Now, what is the cutoff? 0.25 kilograms. That is any drone weighing more than half a pound going forward as of 2023 is going to have this remote ID tag that's going to identify the drone and give its location data. That's the bad news. Like I said, the good news is they're not requiring these to be logged in a database somewhere. And that, frankly, is at least the good news, if there is any good news among this. Of course, all the blah, blah, blah. It's all about national security and all this kind of stuff. But I don't know. I kind of want to get a drone to play around with a little bit, and I'm not completely all that excited about that. Whether that will prevent me from doing that or not, I don't know. We'll just have to kind of see. But whatever that happens to be. And Apple did a hearing study. If you are using, I think this was only iPhone users. So if you are enrolled in this Michigan public health study, they're doing out a announcement here, because what happened is the app, you would grant it permissions, and then you would grant it permissions to log a whole subset of data, which included your volumes, it included your GPS data, it included how you listen to things, just a whole variety of stuff, determining the long-term impact of hearing and effects of hearing on listening to headphones and things like that. And in the study, they found out they had a bug in their app that went back and grabbed historical data up to 30 years prior to that. They did not collect anything that was outside of the initial scope, but they did collect all that historical data. And this raises, for me, interesting questions about how much historical data is being logged, tracked, and stored on the devices. That, to me, is a big deal, and that's why I use a custom phone build that does not have all of the stuff built into it for just for tracking everything. I don't want my phone to track my GPS locations. I don't want my phone to log what I'm listening to and how I'm listening to it. But apparently the iPhone will log even what volume levels you listen to music on, and that's really what they're collecting. They're collecting data from the Apple Health data, heart rate, and other things like that. That is a little bit concerning to me. Now, the good news is that they are deleting all the historical data. Nothing was outside of what was in the original consent, except the historical data was not in the original consent. They're deleting the data. They push an update to the app so it doesn't happen again. It still just, to me, raises a few questions about what exactly is going on with the phones. And not that if you're a follower of this channel, you kind of already know the answer to that, but whatever that happens to be worth. And our next story here, your car may be recording more data than you know. This, to me, is an interesting trend, because our cars, we're starting to want so much stuff in our cars. Like, am I the only one that does not want a stupid giant computer screen infotainment center in my car? Like, please take that crap out. Okay, I am perfectly capable of having a little GPS up there when I need a little GPS, and typically I don't even use those. Just if I'm going somewhere odd or strange, or if I go on a long trip, I use it not just for knowing where I'm going. Mostly for me, it's a timing factor and things like that. But what they're looking at here is inside these, and this is going to be really relevant for the next section of it as well, but information in the vehicles can be used to solve crimes and for more nefarious purposes, they tell you. So the cars now, they have these infotainment systems, they have their own built-in GPS systems, they just have a whole vast array of stuff coming on in. And they are collecting a whole lot of data, and some of this is transmitted out via wireless and Bluetooth devices. Some of it's just kind of logged in there, but some of these security experts have been able to come in here and extract the data utilizing some extra tools. And in many cases now, you get these modern cars, you drive them for a few years, you sell them back to the dealership, and they don't wipe anything. All your phones are data is still in there, your contact data is still in there, the car history data is still in there. More often than not, you get these new cars and you'll have all of this data implemented into it. And this, to me, is kind of a fundamental problem. And basically, these cars are collecting way too much data, and there's no reason it needs to do this. We need to start getting some serious laws on the books to say, no, a car company cannot collect this data without a full consent opt-in option. That's all we should see. The only case of this should be a full opt-in, because I don't need the car or the company or the insurance company or anybody else having a GPS track location of where my car is. And some of these can log when you're opening the doors, when you're closing the doors, just a whole variety. And some of them have cameras and they have microphones, and they're really transmitting a whole lot of data and giving it just to the car companies. The car companies, of course, we reported this on the past, that the car companies are now going in and they're selling the data to other data mining companies because it's very profitable data. These are kind of the challenges and the problems that we are starting to see. And this leads us into our final article in the privacy section that basically asking how do your digital trails end up in the hands of the police? So, of course, anything that's collecting data is being collected and stored. This is why I like using open source options, free options, that I'm self-hosting things on my own servers, on my own, oftentimes even using my own network where I can, because I don't want any of this data out there in the world. I just don't want it out there because it's too easy for companies coming and say, oh, well, we have a privacy policy. You know what? I don't really give a darn tootin' about your stupid privacy policy. I don't want you collecting anything at all. Here's my privacy policy. You can't have my crap. Done. Okay, because then what happens is they'll have all the stuff and then the Gestapo will come on in. They'll be like, hey, here's a warrant. You're not allowed to tell anybody what we're looking for. Try that. Somebody busts into your house and like, oh, we have a warrant. We're just not telling anybody that you're roaming through your house. Yeah, good luck with that one. But that's what happens with online data all the time. And so this guy here, it just kind of looks at several of the different ways people are grabbing data. So we have our phones, we have our cars, we have our IoT devices, we have our fitness trackers. We have all these types of things. And it goes into the idea of the keyword warrant. So a keyword warrant is the police are like, hey, Google, tell us everybody who has searched up R. Kelly's address, right? And so I mentioned R. Kelly because he's up here, the R&B star and alleged rapist. Apparently there was more going on in this R. Kelly case than I saw, because there's things in here about car explosions and stuff like this. Like, man, I look into this stuff. Kind of neat. But Google will come in and be like, the police will come into Google and be like, give me a keyword research. All right, Google. So give me anybody who's looked this up. Well, guys, if you're using Startpage or DuckDuckGo or something, yeah, Google's not going to have this data. So stop using Google, and definitely stop using Google if you are logged into Google. Don't be doing that crap. If you have to use Google, make sure you do it on Tor at best, or a VPN, or at least on a private window that's not logged into any Google services, because they'll grab this whole keyword warrant, they'll grab all of this type of data, and then the police were like, okay, tell us who these people are here. That'd be kind of neat. And so what we're seeing now is we're seeing the way that they can collect and store different data. Now we're going in and, looking at all these other devices, smart speakers, TVs, wearables, all these guys, they can have both incriminating and exonerating. You may be like, hey, we're not actually getting enough information here to, we're not getting enough information here to see, are you committing the crime or are you not? But hey, your voice print might be a good thing that we want to use. And they're going to tell you, hey, this is going to be good for you or not. I don't know. Ultimately, though, yeah, we are risking too much by throwing this much data into the hands of all of these people in reality. All right, we're not getting enough data. We're not getting enough information. And so it really gets into here. There's the pipeline between commercial and state surveillance is widening. You are agreeing to all sorts of things just by clicking the terms of service over here. So there's just so many things in here. Amazon, of course, they bring up Amazon. They're committing millions to racial equity groups, but they're also selling ring data to police. There's all sorts of weird stuff going on in the midst of all this kind of stuff. And so it really gets down to the heart here, where the things that we do with our devices, if these are internet ready things, if these are things that are locked down, if these are things that are communicating to other servers, we're handing up a lot of data that can be used. And I got news for you guys. You might say, well, I'm not committing crimes. Very well, you may not be. And I believe you may not be. I mean, unless you're, doing something illegal, of course. You know who you are. But the point is, oftentimes, police aren't looking for the truth. They're looking for the person they can pin on the crime so they can say, look, we found the criminal. If your data just happens to coincide, you walked near a bank one day on your walk when somebody was robbing it, they were smart and left their phone at home, so they're basically invisible to these warrant searches, but you're walking by the bank, and then the police will pull in your records and be like, well, this guy walks by the bank every day at 2 o'clock. He must be casing the place. And then our phone records show he was there. They're just looking for a conviction. They're not looking for the truth. And that's why it's so important to not spend all of your data up into these services. So there is our thought on privacy before we get over into Sillyville. We'll highlight my affiliate today. First one we're looking at is ExpressVPN. If you are a person in need of a VPN service, and not everybody is, ExpressVPN is considered the #1 VPN right now. It's right up there with a few other good ones. High speed, high privacy, high safety, no logs. Go ahead and use my affiliate code tlm.li/EV. You can get some good old protection if you need to be using wireless networks that don't belong to you. If you need to get around geofencing or anything else like that, definitely have a look. Click on the Get Started button up here in the upper right. You have a few options. We have $100 for 12 months, $60 for 6 months, or $12.95 a month. That will help support the channel. So let's have a look over at our Sillyville news next. And you guys watching live, we'll do Sillyville news last. Or just going to cover business next. And let's go ahead and jump on back over to our comments, see what's going on over there. Did we get any lag over there? I got a message from YouTube. It's like, hey, you're not getting enough data feed, but everything looks good on my end. I don't know. All right, let's have a look at our, let's have a look over here. We got a lot of comments up here. All right, let's see. Lots of updates. Arch this last week, mostly good. Full screen games. Oh, cool. And leave Arch, always go back. No replacement for personalizing your computer. Yep. Kitty Cinnamon, not really Deferrin. There you go. Vacuum cleaner reviews. Greetings. Let's see. Can you review a good vacuum for me? Anyone got any good, simple coding project ideas? Just do some stuff online. George, greetings. How are you doing? Greetings from Virginia. Hello, Virginia. How'd you update Arch after a year of inactivity with no crashes? Yeah, I don't know. Plotting a 16 gig flash for mining. If it works, I'll get some used hybrids. I'd update the keys, rebooted just fine. There was something else, but nothing major. Oh, Disney Plus does actually work on Chrome. Oh, that's good, nice. Can't stay long today. Just popped in. Wish everybody a happy and healthy new year. Well, see you later, Vince, if you are not gone yet. And have yourself a good day. Good riddance 2020. Oh, don't worry. 2021 is going to be coming in and say, hey, I'll hold my beer and watch this. Own ID, not really that bad issue, which was being hooked up to the internet 24/7, which everybody argues with. Probably someone stealing your drone from you. Yeah, that's why it's good news that it did not tie it to the internet. Especially since a lot of people use drones in places the internet's just not at. 2021 is the end. Maybe. Excited to see what it holds. Maybe people will start waking up in 2021. Nah. We say that, but there are a lot of things coming in the pipeline right now that are suggesting some people are starting to wake up a little bit. Some people are just absolutely sick of the nonsense. They're just sick of the nonsense. Joe Biden instead of Trump is good news. I don't know. Maybe. It depends. Do you like warmongering and blowing people up? That's what Biden's going to do. Invest in military companies. I got a Garmin for Christmas. I love it. Works better than the phone GPS apps. Plus, it comes with lifetime free map updates. Absolutely. Yeah. I do not understand why you would want to use a phone for your GPS in your car. Use a car GPS. Mostly I want courts to actually hear the voter fraud evidence at least. Yeah, I don't know. Here's still 9% of the cars on the road with these logs. Yeah, I know. That's crazy. Today's world, a lot of technology is being cloaked inside of other technology, so you have to be careful of the outer wrapping, and sometimes you have to dig deeper to find out what it's all about. Toyota has opt-out for connected device service and data collection. At least it's an opt one way, right? 1972 Pinto with GPS. You can still see it from your house an hour later. Yep. Star Trek Romulans and the Klingons, they had cloaking devices to render their ships invisible. Some technologies used to cloak and hide other technology. Yeah, I agree. Source code for voting needs to be open. I agree. Like Fedora, very good. Fedora's a good operating system. Ford Fiesta with GPS, which one is larger? I don't know. Nefarious on the inside. Remember the old saying, just because something looks good doesn't make it always good. Before you drink this water, sign the U-Lot. Come on, man. No, it was the grapes. The grapes had a U-Lot. There was a brand of grapes. I think it was Carnival grapes. They actually had a U-Lot on the side of their grapes. We covered it in Sillyville not long ago. Pardon me if you get some noise in the background. I think they are snow blowing the 1/4 inch of ice off of my sidewalk right now. I hear what sounds like a snow blower. Okay, can you guys hear that? Eli, the computer guy, said the very same thing. Let's see. Tacoma, 2014, literally 1 year before spying was put into them. Yeah. By the way, when installing Arch, it's called Grub CFG now. Now Grib CFG. All right. Let's see. Install some games. Real problems. Hardware, not distro. Still use OpenStreetMaps. Tutorials available for Dab. Buffered 2 times, but okay now. Yeah. Hold my mask. That's right. Old computer from Salvation Army to put LibreBoot on it and says delivered on UPS. Never got it. Oh boy. Yeah, I had, for some reason, the post office started redirecting my mail to nowhere. I stopped getting mail for like 6 weeks. Very interesting. And we want to trust these people with mail-in votes. Yeah. Grib. Gotta get the coof out, man. Excuse me. Well, I think it's about time to get into the business section. Let's dive on over into business. Do I have an affiliate there? Yes, I do. All right. There is that, and I have this affiliate here. All right, let's get started. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today we are doing business and smart. We also are now starting to cross-post videos over to Rumble in addition to BitChute and YouTube. So YouTube's usually first, and then I get around to getting them all onto Rumble and BitChute later on in the week. So you can have a look over in those 2 places for video content as well. I'm not doing exclusives specifically anywhere, so don't worry about that. We're not ditching YouTube anytime soon unless, you know, they happen to boot us off or something, which it's 2021. They could. I don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive on into business. We have a couple of updates and then a few new things coming on down. First and foremost, goodbye Flash. It says goodbye Farmville. That's not entirely true. But Flash, as of today, is officially a corpse. It is done. About stinking time. Now, I wonder what's going to happen with the Flash that I still have installed on that old Windows 7 computer that's floating around here. That's kind of interesting. Maybe I should build. I should start learning how to use Flash now. No, maybe not. Now they're saying goodbye to Farmville because the original version of Farmville, which was pure Flash based, that is of course officially dead now. But you can actually still play Farmville on your smart devices, so don't worry. They still have the game available as an app. But regardless, that's the case. Yet another phone company, after mocking Apple, is saying, hey, we can save millions of dollars ourselves too if we don't ship a charger. So Xiaomi's Mi 11 will not come with a charger after it mocked Apple. So if you're keeping notes, Apple did the brave thing and got rid of the charger from the box. Like, this is so ridiculously stupid because it's like, well, everyone has a charger. Yeah, but you know, these things don't last forever. Sometimes you lose them. Like, I mean, they don't last long. So you may as well give somebody a new one. Then they have a backup. Of course, that would mean they don't have to buy a new one. Now, Samsung and Xiaomi's, they are over here mocking Apple. Samsung last week we announced is getting rid of their phone charger, and they quietly took down all their Facebook posts mocking Apple. Now, this is yet another one. Hey, we're also ditching the chargers. This is a bad trend, people. Guys, stop buying phones and tell them, I'm not buying your phone. It doesn't include a charger. Unless you can go into the store and say, I would like the free charger with my phone. Give them the option. And then, you know, have the cell phone companies duke it out with Apple and Xiaomi and Samsung and go, okay, guys, our people are rebelling. They don't want to buy your phones without chargers. So you're going to give us a bunch of chargers. And when they ask for a charger, we're going to give it to them for free. That's what you do. If this is truly about, okay, we're going to save a little bit of money here on the shipping, then somebody's got to give these folks a charger. So yes, here it is. Once again, Apple, we're being courageous. Everyone else going, oh, that's so stupid. And then everyone else goes ahead and does this very same thing that Apple's doing. For the love, people, for the love. All right. On to Apple news, though. The new versions of Apple is spelling death for Hackintosh. So Hackintosh, of course, you would get together your PC components, put it all together, and you can hack your way around the Apple system and grab yourself a copy of the Mac OS and then install it on your PC. The problem is now with the new M1 chips, they're pretty much going to be writing Apple. Right now, you can still do the Hackintosh, but in about 2 years, you're going to be able to stop being able to do that. Unless somebody else finds a way to get around that. So this is actually seeing a lot of challenges. We're going to see some challenges with Linux. Now, I believe the Linux community is going to come down and figure out how to support this chip. I have a full confidence that's going to happen eventually. But Hackintoshes, probably not, because you can't get these chips. You can only get them in the new device, and this gives Apple yet another way to just, hey, let's just trash your computer for you, and you really can't do anything else. And so that really is what they're doing here. With they're basically just killing the ability to do Hackintosh. Now with this one, this doesn't bother me, to be perfectly honest. It's like if you want to run Apple software, buy an Apple hardware. That's fine. I'm not upset about this one. It's just reporting what's going on. Now, we are actually looking at another copyright case. Apple loses this one. This is good. So there was a security startup, Corellium, I believe. So what Corellium did is they built a bare bones emulation of Apple devices, mostly Apple's mobile devices, so iPhones, iPads. And then they had this system into their computer that it didn't have the ability to run the full device. All it had is the core backbone to emulate the software that you could use for checking in privacy. And Apple tries to buy them, and when they're like, no, we're not for sale, then they sued them with the hopes of shutting them down. Well, the judge comes down and says, no, this is definitely fair use. The question is, they're saying they've stolen our copyright, they've hacked our systems, this is a Digital Millennium Copyright Act law, and the judge disagreed. Mostly they said they are non-discriminate about who they sell this software to. The fact of the matter is, the judge says, no, that's not the case. Corellium has a very stringent vetting process. They do not sell these products to everybody. It's a very, very specific group of people who actually receive the products. And so the courts came down and sided with Corellium, saying that, no, this is for research. It doesn't have the ability to run the whole system. And all they're doing is making iPhones more secure for everybody. So that's really what they're looking at doing. And so Apple, despite their best attempt to sue them into oblivion, the courts actually sided with this company. So sorry, Apple, you lost out on that one. On to my favorite web hosting company of all time, GoDaddy wins the Worst Company of the Year award. So apparently GoDaddy, the huge company that hosts a lot of websites and runs the domains for a lot of companies, apparently there's a bad phishing problem. If you want to catch yourself some fish, snag yourself a GoDaddy employee quite easily with some basic phishing. You don't need spear phishing. You just need to do something exciting. So GoDaddy's like, we want to prove our point here. So they literally sent out an email saying, we're going to give everybody a holiday bonus. Just go ahead and enter your employee details here. And they literally had a whole lot of their employees fill in this data, giving them basically all the access that they would need to do a social engineering hack on a GoDaddy employee. So they're like, we're not actually giving you a bonus. This is a phishing test and you failed it. So if this is comforting or not, I don't know. So the email, let's see, it's sent by happyholiday@godaddy.com, tucked underneath a glittering banner of a snowflake and stamped with the words GoDaddy Holiday Party, December 14th. Email to hundreds of GoDaddy employees promised some welcome financial relief during the otherwise stressful year. Though we cannot celebrate together during our annual holiday party, we want to show our appreciation and share a $650 one-time holiday bonus. The email read, to ensure you receive your one-time bonus in time for holidays, please select your location and fill in your details by Friday, December 18th. But 2 days later, the company sent another email. You're getting this email because you failed our recent phishing test. The company chief security officer wrote, you will need to retake the security awareness social engineering training. So here's a copy of the email. Here's what it says. Now, the thing is, though, is that if they sent this from their GoDaddy emails, now I don't know if they sent it from the same system or not from the same system. I honestly don't know. But nevertheless, it is kind of a slimy thing to do, to try and do that, to try to phish your own company employees. But at the same token, it does demonstrate how bad of a company GoDaddy is. Not only are they bad from a security perspective, they're bad from all these different perspectives. There's a lot of issues. There's a lot of problems, a lot of challenges here. And in all reality, this is not a company you should be doing a lot of business with. If your sites are here, guys, get them off of this site. This company, I have worked with them and gotten many of my clients off of it because they rip off anybody and everybody that they possibly can. So you got to watch out what you're doing with this company. And apparently they're very susceptible to social engineering hacks as well, which is quite frightening. All right, on to some worse news. We go from bad to worse. So here on Alternative 2, Telegram to incorporate advertising in large one-to-many channels and premium features. So their justification here is they want to make sure that the app is sustainable without having to sell it like WhatsApp did. And so they're starting to add some ads to this. Now, if these are just pure non-contextual, just, hey, here's some ads we're throwing into our system, okay, fine. But if there is any degree whatsoever of targeting ads, I would say Telegram needs to be dropped immediately by anybody who's conscious about their security and privacy. Despite you could possibly do something built into the engine to determine your interests or whatever else, this is starting to walk down a very dangerous path. Now, I'm not saying to drop Telegram right away. I'm saying this needs something that we have to watch closely. What else we have to watch closely, though, is Santa Claus. He's over here either hookah-ing or doing something else more strong than hookah. Okay, I don't know what's up with Santa over here, with his snowman over here, hanging out in apparently the Egyptian deserts with a hookah. But Santa Claus, this is very, very bad. Bad image that you are portraying to young children. On top of that, the reindeer over here, get these electronics out of the pool, reindeer. The only one with any seeming sense over here is this elf. But, okay, whatever. Bottom line, watch out for Telegram, guys. Just keep an eye out for them. Also, watch out for Ticketmaster. They are paying a $10 million restitution for hacking a rival ticket seller. Of course, they agreed to this so that they are not prosecuted under the very stringent computer hacking laws. But it basically went like this. The rival ticket seller is CrowdSurge, and there was a employee that was fired from CrowdSurge that Ticketmaster hired and then utilized his knowledge. Now, CrowdSurge's had a little problem here that they never cut off the employee login access for the ex-employee, because he was actually at Ticketmaster demonstrations. He was actually logging into CrowdSurge with his old CrowdSurge company login credentials and showing the difference behind the scenes and why Ticketmaster was better. But of course, this is unauthorized access of a computer system, and that would be prosecutable under the computer hacking laws. And so apparently Ticketmaster got caught doing this, and CrowdSurge sued them back. And of course, Ticketmaster threw this employee under the bus and said, oh, we had no idea what was going on here. Yeah, I agree with you, Ticketmaster. I completely concur. But they said the judgment defers prosecution under the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. That would be interesting to see that. Guys, remember, the Ticketmaster is the one that was floating the idea. I'm not sure they're actually doing it, completely confirmed yet, but they're the one that are floating the idea that you have to prove you've had a COVID vaccine in order to buy tickets to concerts. A little on the dystopian, creepy side, so let's go ahead and not worry about doing that, if y'all know what I mean. All right, and on to our feature story of the day. We did report on stuff like this a while back. Maybe this channel is a little bit ahead of its time, but this is a new release in more details about purchasing Windows 10 cloud services. Now, this particular service we're looking at here is not to the end consumer. It's not necessarily focused for an individual user. It's mostly an enterprise service, by where you can get an enterprise service Windows in the cloud, and then you can just access this from any place where you can. So you can basically have your chief main computing system up in the cloud, and then you can utilize other means to access that in other ways. So they do have a medium, heavy, and the advanced tier, and I'm scratching my head over this one. The medium has 2 CPUs, 4 gigs of RAM, 96 gigs of storage. The heavier has 2 CPUs, 8 gigs of RAM, and 96 gigs of storage. The advanced tier has 3 CPUs, 8 gigs, and 40 gigs of storage. So you get an extra CPU, you get less than half of the storage and the same RAM. I'm not sure what's up with that, but okay. So the idea is that you have a workstation in the cloud. Now, this is Windows 10X, but where I'm confused about this part here is Windows 10X, as it ships, is not going to have support for Win32 apps, but accordingly, they're using this as a modular Win 10X that apparently does have the ability to stream Win32 apps. So I'm not sure exactly if this means that they do have 32 apps working, they're not shipping with the devices you can buy in the store, or if there's something else about this system. But the idea is that an enterprise can manage systems and store all of your Windows 10 on Microsoft servers in the cloud. So, hey guys, we're just giving it all to Microsoft now. So that's really exciting. And the other thing that's really exciting, of course, is web hosting and websites. So that's our affiliate for today. We're going to highlight A2 Hosting. This is where I'm hosting my client websites. I've been with them now for, I think, 2 or 3 years, I think. Very happy with the service that they have. We have everything from shared hosting, managed VPS, WordPress, reseller hosting, dedicated service. Guys, never buy managed WordPress. That's a bad deal. Do a shared hosting and manage your own WordPress, because it's better that way. You can come on down over here, have a look at the shared hosting. Your first tier can be down as low as $249 per month. This is usually if you buy 2 or 3 years out at a time, and then you'll get that, and it's going to be like $10.99 a month afterwards if you're paying monthly, and then it kind of goes down from there on the pricing tiers. So they are an excellent company. You do actually call them and get support from your own country, which is excellent. So have a look at A2 Hosting, tlm.li/A2H to use my affiliate code and help support the channel. So next, let's have a look at some smart tech news. Alrighty. Let's see. Where's your LG G6? Still waiting for it. All right. Peer distro is better. What do they say? MAC address can't be changed. You can just swap wireless cards and it shows that it's changed. Yeah, you can also use fudge the MAC address. It's possible to do that too. November, December, I ordered so many packages. The post started delivering them in the morning instead of in the evening. Maybe I think I'm running a business out of my home or something. That's cool. Manjaro isn't getting updates. Really? That's interesting. Mail US is disappearing in the black hole called the Chicago Postal Hub. Yeah. Telling you. Do the Arch thing, Endeavor OS or Reborn are good choices. Easy setup. Flash. Yeah, that's right. With the chargers, what if it is your first phone? That's a very good question. Of course, everyone has a phone now. Nobody's first phones. What's this nonsense? First phone? My brother has never had a smartphone in his life. Actually, he's never had a cell phone in his life. Sister's crying about Farmville going away on Facebook. Oh no! You can still get it on an app. Samsung's going down the drain. Isn't it already down the drain? I thought they blew their floor out with the Note 7. Oh, ouch, that was painful. I know. Next TV will be a Sony 4K. There you go. Is there actually anything simpler than building it yourself? Yeah, I don't know. Apple has lost its mind. Without a charger, what will the Duke boys do? Windows will find a way to break ARM. Oh, for sure. Windows will find a way to break their own chip that they're manufacturing. On Google Chromium, takes some time, however. Build that once a year. All right. The 3 fastest ways to build your own from source. GoDaddy sounds like a company from Alabama. Yeah, I don't know where they're from. Fails from the past to degrade women. Yeah, I know. Well, why isn't anybody all mad about that? You know. Let's see. Some RAM. Let's see what we want. Data mining. Sort of managed hosting gives you more access. Okay, so now the problem with, like, I use a managed VPS because I can tell them, hey, something's going on. I don't have time to deal with it. You fix it. But managed WordPress is bad. Don't get it from any company. Managed WordPress oftentimes locks down what you can do with it. You don't have as ready access to the file structures and services. It's not as easy to maintain and manage. Like if something goes goofy on your managed WordPress, I can fix a WordPress site in a hot second if I have the access to a cPanel. But a lot of the guys, even at these managed hosting, they really don't have a clue either. They're script kiddies. They're just like, oh, plug this in. Oh, push the update button. On top of that, there's sometimes you just want to hold back an update for a little bit. Yeah, managed WordPress, you don't have that option. It just goes. Same reason why I don't use Softaculous or Fantastico or scripts like that for managed WordPress. Now, managed hosting I have a problem with. That just means that you're paying them and for a particular service that I can fix stuff in my server if I need to, or if I'm busy, they can fix stuff in my server. But managed WordPress, always a bad idea. Let's see. You're watching and your TV is spying on you. Uh-oh. Thanks for the good new cache. Hey, no problem. Yeah, I'm playing around with a Conting right now, a self-hosted system. I'm not sure if I completely like it or not yet, but I don't know. Forced to use Windows 10, don't love it. Yeah, sometimes you got to do that. Can't a monitor spy on you? Some of them can. You're late. How's it going? Go ratings. It is going well. How are you doing, Troy? Kind of like speakers can be used as... Well, speakers in theoretically, speakers can be used as mics, but they're not as good at being mics. And so I wouldn't necessarily worry about that unless you get something like a Vizio or... something that specifically has microphones built in to listen to you. I would not get one of those, but I would not worry about reverse engineering a speaker on your television into a microphone. It's not going to work very well. It's going well tonight, St. Raphael. How's it going there? Resolution was to remain humble in the McDavid sense. All right. All right, I think we are going to be looking at our smart tech news next. We just have three smart tech articles, and then we'll get into Sillyville. Wow, we might actually finish up ahead of schedule. That would be epic. This is like my last weekend before I go back to like full-fledged work. I've been working, just not as much. I've been working on these banners. I hope you guys like this new layout because it took a long time to do. I still have a few more yet to go, but there we have it. All right. And our first smart tech article, the FBI warns of hackers taking over smart devices to do live stream swatting incidents. Well, that's interesting. So basically, what's going on is you're up there doing your little live stream, like here at Switch to Linux, we're doing a live stream, and what's going to stop the Gestapo right now from busting on in? Someone's doing that. But then what's happening is the hackers are utilizing cred stuffing and all sorts of other means, other vulnerabilities to take control of your IoT devices. So if you were to have some like Google Nest camera or something over there in the corner, and it's kind of watching in the corner in your office, they'll hack your device, live stream you doing your live stream, and then swat you and live stream your SWAT to their hacker group. Ingenious. But it is kind of causing a little bit of an issue, and this is why you don't want this kind of stuff going on. All right. So utilize the tried and tested method of harvesting email addresses and passwords from previous leaks and taking advantage of the people who reuse them. Nice. This is definitely a training video, not anything else, of course. But over here, you know, we have the hacker will gain access to audio video capabilities inside of your IoT crap, which is why you shouldn't have IoT crap to begin with. And then they're going to go ahead and swat you and live stream your SWAT. Very nice. Very interesting. Well, this group is utilizing old smartphones to protect rainforests. So they're looking for people who are doing illegal harvesting, illegal lumbering inside of rainforests, and they're utilizing mesh networks of old discarded cell phones charged on solar panels to keep in communication with one another and utilize the microphones to detect changes in the fauna and flora in the surrounding areas. So basically, they'll erect these towers. There's a image of it down here. So here they'll erect these towers, or in this case, throw it on the top of a tree limb here. So this guy's getting a lot of solar power. It's feeding this mesh network of cell phones that's actually listening. Basically, it's running an audio, and then it's utilizing AI to listen to the usual sounds of the rainforest. And then if somebody shows up near a rainforest, of course, or any forest, you'll start hearing different signals from the different animals. You'll start hearing different noises. And it's going to detect these different noises and send a signal back to home base to say, hey, let's go ahead and send somebody out here right away to see what's going on, what is changing it. So definitely an interesting little rainforest guardian project. Certainly weird and interesting. Even weirder than Elon Musk right here, apparently. So definitely a cool little way to use discarded smartphones. And on to our last one. This AI basically says 1/3 of the California bar exam test takers were cheating. This is a big problem with these AI monitoring systems, or even the proctoring services we've talked about in the past, how bad these systems actually are. So with these proctoring services and these proctoring systems and these AI ones particularly, if you don't have the best state-of-the-art cameras and the best state-of-the-art internet and the best state-of-the-art computers, you're going to have times when the camera lags out and whatever else. It can't see you well. There's a lag in hearing. There's a lag in seeing. And so what was happening is the system flagged over 1/3 of the students in California taking the bar exam, and it sent them a statement just about as useful as a statement you got if you've ever had a video pulled off of like YouTube or something, right? So it says here, quote, the state bar, let's see, not that one there. So there was the exact quote somewhere. Okay, so far it has not been done. Despite the Chapter 6 notices being sent, it is unfair for students to be forced to respond to potential sanctions before they're given adequate information about the behavior for which they were sanctioned. So Chapter 6 violation just had to say, where is that at? Okay, so here they are. So many only learned about the flag after receiving an official Chapter 6 notice from the bar, which is sent when an applicant is observed supposedly violating exam conduct rules or seen or heard prohibited items like a cell phone during the exam. In a depressingly ironic introduction to the legal system, the bar has requested that students respond to notices within 10 days, but it would appear that none of them have been given enough information to do so, as Chapter 6 notices contain only short summary of the violation. These summaries are decidedly vague. Quote, facial view of your eyes was not within view of the camera for a prolonged period of time. No audible sound was detected, leaving the view of the webcam outside of scheduled breaks during the remote proctored exam. Examinees do not currently have access to the flagged videos themselves and are not expected to receive any access to them. So in other words, they're like, hey, you have to prove that you weren't doing that. Like, what do? Like, you set up a DSLR, I guess, like I have here, record that thing, perpetually recording, and be like, well, this is the video feed I have on my camera. Let's see how yours mines out. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have reciprocal gigabit internet on the latest release computer with the best web camera on the market. Therefore, a little bit of thing, because these types of things can happen if there's a slight computer lag. What if I'm like, oh, what's the answer to this? And I do this, it will not detect my eyes, and it'll be like, you're cheating. Your eyes can't be detected. That's how bad this is. And it's just like, you get a copyright violation, right? Like, you've this or this or this or this or this. It's like, yeah, this video has none of those resources, but it has this or this or that. It's kind of like the best example I have is, why did my recent Cody video get age gated? Like, this is only suitable for 18 or over. Why? And then, of course, they age gated my installing Debian twice in a week. They age gated it. I appealed it. They unage gated it. And then they age gated it again. The same video. It's like, why? Well, you need to look through the terms of service. I have. Kind of the same exact stuff's going on over here with these exams. So this is a big deal that with all of this online technology, we're not there yet, guys. If you're taking a course, you got to tell them, I'm sorry, I can't utilize your online test taking crap. I'm going to go and have X, Y, or Z legal person proctor my exam for me. Thank you. But we're getting into this world where you can't stop and say no. Sure, you may not have to participate with all of these factors, but you kind of do have to participate with all of these factors. Because you either have to do what we say, or I'm sorry, you can't go and follow your lifelong dream of being a lawyer. Very interesting. Well, if you'd like to help support Switch to Linux, we do have a Subscribe Star page. Head on over to subscribestar.com/switchedtolinux. You can jump in over here, help support the channel. We also do have Patreon, patreon.com/TOMM. So with that, thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Alrighty. LCDs can detect motion. Happy New Year, AJ. Greetings. Glad you were able to catch us live. So smart TVs that can be used as monitors that can spy. Can't watch videos on my phone without getting slammed with ads every 3 to 5 minutes. Oh. Mics originally were speakers. Technology has separated the two from each other. Speakers can listen through walls where mics cannot. Let's see. Lose a part of your soul. Yes, YouTube Premium is nice, but you lose a part of your soul. That's right. Didn't the Beatles record a song with a speaker? Probably. Very experimental. Of IoT devices all over your house. I'm sorry. All retail PCs and phones spy on you on a daily basis. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Tablet's lagging big time tonight. Yeah, well, I'm getting some lag coming through on my feed side as well, so I don't know. Not long for the world. Yeah, Pine books are apparently no longer being produced. Been out of stock several months. That's sad. Yeah. Is this an after party? No, this is in between video segments. We have one segment left, and that is Sillyville. So, if you are new to the Weekly News Roundup, we do usually about four give or minus news sections. We do comments before, after, and in between the news sections, and then I will edit the news sections up in the end. So, I'm drinking this French vanilla tea. It's actually quite good. All right, are we ready for Sillyville, guys? I do need to mute desktop audio because there is a song that's going to play on one of these clips that I do not want to get a copyright strike, so or a claim for that matter. Let's go ahead and get started. Oh, except I need to be on Sillyville. Where's my Sillyville? There's my Sillyville. I found my Sillyville. First up in Sillyville, Boston Dynamics robots take over the dance floor. That's right, guys. See, all they're doing is they are making sure that we are nice and relaxed around these things. They want us to, that's the start of the song. Let me get over here. They want us to be relaxed. They want us to be like thinking these things are cute. How amazing. It's just little cute little dancing robots. Until, of course, they pull out that RoboCop gun out of their leg and waste everybody. But here you go. You got the robot dancing. Sorry you can't hear the song it's dancing to, but yeah, I don't want a copyright claim. So, we got two of them. Oh, they're dancing it up. Let's see these two get together and do some slow dancing. Ooh. Oh, now the dog's coming in. It's like that dog is like creepy. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, baby. So there you go. There they are. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Oh, it's so desensitizing. It's so cute. Just wait until they do their dance number and come on up and kill you. Because that's what the robots are all about these days. There you have it. There's some more dance moves. Oh yeah. So there you go, Elon Musk. This is not CGI. All right. Yeah, well, you know, Boston Dynamics stuff is taking over the dance floor. Well, now we're getting to this crazy new type of dystopian world where not only is Apple, but also TikTok is removing an app after allowing people to find parties where they can go and party without masks. Dangerous stuff. The secret party app where ravers can go and rave. Okay, I'm not into rave, but the chance of a raver dying of COVID is insignificant next to the chance of a raver dying of ecstasy. Okay? Just an FYI. We shouldn't be banning this because it allows them to get together unmasked. For crying out loud. So yeah, despite over 82 million cases, 1.75 million deaths that were really gunshot wounds that we're just calling COVID. I mean, oh my Lord, guys. So yeah, apparently it would be illegal to put together something where people can get together and live somewhat old school, normal lives. In fact, if I remember correctly, there was something here, sometime in, let's see, many people are bound and determined to carry on with normal life. I think we need a little bit of normal life right now, folks. All right, we need a little bit of normal life. Unless a geriatric patient is showing up at this rave, no one's going to be harmed by this. Just an FYI. All right, Lenin was saved by capitalism. That's right. Lenin was saved by capitalism. So there are several statues still of Lenin in Russia. Many of them have fallen into disrepair. Many of them have been taken out. In this particular city, they are keeping this because it's a huge tourist attraction, and paying tourists are showing up to take photo shots with Lenin in this background. And so Lenin is saved by capitalism. Go ahead and let that one sink in just a little bit. And next we are coming up with Caviar launches pure gold AirPod Max for $1,800. There you have it, guys. If you really like... I'm sorry, I said that wrong. That's $108,000. I think I said $18,000. $108,000. I really like... These things have got to sound like... I better never hear anything in my life that possibly sounds better than a $108,000 pair of headphones. That's insane. I would really like to meet the person who would buy such a device. That's also insane. In reality, that's crazy. And on to our final story. Apparently, the ashes of James Doohan, I think I'm saying that right, Scotty from Star Trek, are aboard the International Space Station, and it turns out that they have been smuggled there. The family wanted to have his ashes on, I think he did as well, wanted to have his ashes on the space station. The space station kept on saying no. So it turns out, though, that one of the astronauts that went up there, who was a friend of the family's, managed to get on to the spaceship at a time and smuggle the ashes in a photo frame onto the module prior to takeoff. And then they get up there and take off, and he takes his picture with the ashes up with him. And this has apparently been up there since 2008. But it would have been a big deal, but now apparently statute of limitations is over, so nobody's going to get in trouble for it. So now, hey guys, his ashes are on the space station. I don't care what y'all wanted. So apparently he has flown more in space than any other person because he's been chilling out on the space station since 2008. He flew around the Earth a few times on some other things. And basically, yeah, they just smuggled his ashes up. So beam me up to the space station, Scotty. There you have it, guys. There you have it. Well, that concludes our news section for today. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget, we are now cross-posting our videos to Rumble. You can find me over there at Switch to Linux and also on BitChute as well. We will see you guys in the next video. Alrighty. Let's see. Pine64 looking for alternative suppliers to fill demand. All right. Time to go down the rabbit hole. There you go. Dang, you're late. Yeah, sorry. Can the robots beat DDR? Maybe. I don't know. If you program them, I guess. Dog-like creature is scary even without guns. This is true. I love this banner design. Let's see. Okay. Watch these robots bug out anytime over dancing with the former stars. Rave at Tom's house tonight. Too many people in New Orleans on New Year's Eve. Louisiana is going to be a COVID hotspot soon. I wouldn't count on it. Select story at notthebee.com about the Lego electrical outlet plates. Very shocking indeed. Skynet master plan. Distracting with robot dancing. Yeah, that's right. Sand for sale for 1K grain. Yeah. Happy New Year, Void Vector. See, police were trying to disperse crowds at New York City last night. Yeah. Long live and prosper, Scotty. That is right. That is right indeed. Yeah, I can't say I watched any of what was going on in New York last night. Didn't really care. All reality. Do I have a cat down here? Hey, kitty. Is there a kitty down here? I don't know if I have a kitty up here or not. Let's shake the bag up here a little bit, see if we hear any pitter-patter of kitty cat. I don't know if I hear pitter-patter of kitty cat. He's been chilling out in the recliner downstairs of late, so he may not be able to hear us. Well, I guess we'll have to wrap it up without feeding the kitty cat, unfortunately, because the kitty, he didn't chill out on his chair. He didn't show up over here. Oh, well. He's somewhere. He's somewhere. He's somewhere. well, we'll just go ahead and say goodnight to Tux here. Good night, Tux. And we will catch you guys in the next video. Not sure exactly when we'll post the next video, but maybe Monday or Tuesday we'll get something. No, we will post the edited videos of these, though, throughout the next couple of ideas. Or next couple of days here. Like, it's reading this comment thread. I'm like, what's going on here? All right, guys. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful New Year.